Hello, and welcome to this month's installment of Where Are the Growing Walds At and What's Going On? Yes, we are growing with the growing walds, so we are working on growing, but we have had a lot of challenges. And so it's good for me to stop and reflect on the progress that we've made in the last month, but I think also, for those who are watching smaller channels and content creators, how do they grow? What are the challenges they face? How do you improve? Hopefully we're kind of covering some of those things and just kind of discussing some of our unique and specific challenges, which I think for our friends and family who are concerned about us or wondering like what's going on with us, I think this type of video is helpful too, to just kind of understand behind the scenes more what's going on, since I can't for the life of me get my act together to post actual vlog videos, which by the way is one of my goals this month. We had a lot of surprises in the month of May. We had my grandmother, my kid's great grandma, come and visit for a week, which was really good. I'm glad she came to visit. She hadn't met my daughter. My daughter's actually named after her, so that was really good. But it did kind of mean like a week that I didn't get work done. I did get a lot of recording and stuff done to try and post a video for Growing with the Growing Walds, but the editing on that channel requires a lot more work, and I just haven't had the capacity for that. At the beginning of May, I was starting to feel a lot better because I've been getting IV infusions. In case you're new to this channel, I have Ehlers-Danlos with dysautonomia and some other something that's making me feel awful. And it's been going on since like September of last year. And I have really been struggling to be just like a functional human being, much less do anything productive. And I started to feel a lot better in April because my doctor ordered for me to get IV infusions twice a week, and they've been helping a ton. And then like the snow finally melted and the sun came out and our garden is taking off, and I was like, woohoo, I'm doing so much better. And then like a week ago, I was like, okay, I'm going to mow the lawn, which we have like a decently sized lawn, and I was trying to do a little bit every day, and that really set me back health-wise. So John's been helping with the lawn a little bit more, and we're just trying to figure it out. So we're going to go over some of the analytics for our YouTube channel, talk about our goals for the month of June and what challenges we perceive. And so if you're interested in this kind of content, hit subscribe so you can get next month's installment and maybe another video or two, just kind of about our family and our story. And if you find this interesting, hit the like button. I appreciate that. And if you have questions or whatever about maybe starting a channel of your own or just about our circumstances, feel free to ask them in the comments. I'd love to engage with you. So let's dive in. So for our YouTube, I'm going to go over like our goals from last month and then what we achieved and then what our goals are for next month. And I'm going to cover that like by each topic in the same format that I did for last month. And if you want to check out any of these things, all the links will be in the description box below. And we appreciate you checking those things out, because all those things definitely help with our metrics. And we appreciate your support. So jumping in YouTube, we started May with 2 YouTube channels. And the first one, the one I was most actively working on, is Joyfully Nicole, which is my like Sims 4 gaming content, mostly Sims 4, but there's a few other games on there, but I'm trying to really like niche down and just do Sims 4 content on that channel. So we started the month of May with 60 followers and we ended the month of May with 90. My goal was 150. So we fell shy of that, but I mean, we got 30 new followers. So I feel pretty good about that. Also, our watch time is now like trackable. We're actually moving the needle towards monetization on that channel on YouTube, which is really exciting. In addition to long format videos on that channel, I've also been doing remixes and shorts, and those have been gaining a lot of traction. They don't count towards the watch time, like towards monetization. They count as like their own separate thing towards monetization. But I noticed a lot of my views for the long form videos, the views and our subscribers have gone up because of the shorts. So, I'm going to do more work. Let's see. Let's jump up to YouTube goals here. So this month I'm going to do a lot more work in, learning about shorts and description strategies so that my videos are more optimized on that channel specifically. And make sure to note, like, at the end of videos and beginning of videos, like, I forget to ask, like, please hit the like and subscribe button and, you know, that kind of thing. And I also forget to do cross promotion. So to say, like, be sure and hit my, you know, follow my Twitch or, some of these other things that we're going to talk about. I especially forget on my YouTube videos, but I often forget on my Twitch streams too. So I have notes everywhere in my workstation now to remind me to make those asks. So hopefully that will help as well. But that's one of the strategies that I'm using to implement to hopefully hit that 150 marker for the month of June. Jumping over to our other channel, the one that you're currently watching this video on, Growing with the Groenwalds. In April, we started with 27 subscribers, and at the beginning of May, we started with 27. We ended with 28 because I posted one video. That was our, like, how are we doing this month video. So, like I mentioned earlier, I am going to be more intentional this month about posting at least one or two vlog style videos of just kind of an update on our family, what's going on, maybe document some of our outings and that kind of thing, or at least just kind of sharing more of our story, and then remixing those into shorts and using the strategies that I'm learning on the other channel, and to hopefully get 50 subs on that channel. And that's really the only metric that I'm looking at right now. As I get closer to that 1,000 follower or 1,000 sub marker, I'll start looking more at watch hours. But right now I don't have enough analytics to really make sense of how to increase the watch hours. So I'm focusing more on subscriber count, and then, I'll dial in more on watch hours as we get closer to that 1,000, because I've heard that watch hour metric is a lot harder to hit. So then I've also started a new channel that is more of like an ASMR, just video, no commentary, of more like cozy walkthrough kind of games with like kind of cute background sounds. I've noticed that, I don't know, that genre isn't overpopulated, and on the days when my health is really terrible, I have the capacity to create that kind of content and edit that kind of content, and to be able to keep up with a pretty high volume for that. So I'm starting a channel for that this month, and I probably won't launch until mid-month. So my goal is just to get 10 subscribers on that channel. The channel is there. There's a link in the description if you want to go ahead and go sub over there, but I probably won't start posting videos until mid-month because I'm still working on generating the content for that, and I really want to have consistent posting on that channel. So I am making sure I have content scheduled out before things start going live, so that if I have a day where I can't post content or I don't have time because of health issues or another challenge I'll talk about in a little bit, then I have a buffer to make sure that content's still going consistently, because that's, I think, going to be a really important metric to be relevant in that niche. So that's where we're at with YouTube. Twitch, I was very surprised at the progress I made with Twitch this month. So we started the month of May with 71 followers and 5 subs. A couple of those subs were with relationships that were burnt bridges. Long story I don't want to get into here. So I knew we were going to lose a couple of subs. And so my goal, I don't think I talked about it on the last video, but my goal was just to maintain that 5. So to get a couple more to fill the people we're going to lose. And we achieved that. I am still sitting at 5 subs. And then my goal was to get 100 followers, to go from 71 followers to 100. And we slammed that out of the park, and we are at 121 followers. So I'm pretty excited about that. And then last month I made a whole whopping $1.41 on Twitch, and I am obviously an affiliate and monetized on Twitch. So in May I made, with everything, subs, ad views, Amazon Prime subs, all the things, I made $14.22. So my goal was $20, so I fell a little short, but that's a huge, like, that's 100% increase. It's 100% increased, almost exactly, from April to May. So that's really exciting. No, my math is wrong. It's a 10% increase. It's a 10% increase. This is what happens when I'm trying to do math at the end of the day. So 10% increase, which is great. I mean, obviously 100% would be better, but I'm not going to complain about 10%. So the goal was $20. So I'm going to maintain, well, I'm going to bump it up just a little bit. So my goal for the month of June is $25, with 10 subs and to get 200 followers. So then we jump over to Twitter. I talked about 2 different accounts, I think, on the last video. I mean, honestly, I really only have one that I really care about. The other one just kind of adds, I don't know. I might even just drop the other account because it's not really actually turning out to be as helpful as I thought it would be in the strategy I was utilizing. So I started out with the account that I care about, my Joyfully Adorned account, which is linked in the description box below. I started out with 38 followers, and my goal was to get 100, and I'm currently sitting at 116. So I smashed that goal out of the park as well. And so now that I kind of get the hang of what I'm doing with Twitter, my goal is to hit 200 followers on Twitter this month. Discord was a miserable failure, and this is part of the, like, I'm not talking about it, and that's probably why. And I'm not utilizing it in any kind of effective way. So, I need to totally revamp my Discord strategy and make that more of a sense of community building. I think that would benefit everything across the board. So that's one of my things to work on this month. We started the month of May with 3 people in our Discord. We ended the month of May with 2, me and John. So the goal was 5, and we're going to maintain our goal of 5, and I'm going to work on that a little bit more intentionally this month. That's one of the sticky notes that's all over the place. If you would like to help me hit that goal of 5, you are welcome to join our Discord. The link is in the description below. And then our Patreon, I have completely ignored, and I actually didn't even talk about it, I don't think, last video. And it was at 0. And it still sits at 0. So my goal this month is to get 2 Patreons at any level. And I need to really kind of brainstorm what kind of content I want to have available for Patreon. I have some ideas, and I think at least 2 is achievable this month. I might slam that goal out of the park depending on how my strategy works. But I'm not going to give details right now because I don't want to spoil things, especially if it doesn't work out. So some of the specific challenges I foresee coming in the month of June that we need to find ways to navigate around to be able to make these goals happen is my health, for starters. I had a very helpful doctor's appointment yesterday, and I'm optimistic the results from that appointment are going to result in me being able to show up a little bit better And I think that the more I persist at trying to figure out how to make this work, the more I'm finding ways to work around the challenges I'm having. So, while it's a challenge, I think we're navigating around it. One of the bigger challenges I foresee is my son Henry is 5, and he, in case you're not familiar with our family, he was born with a heart defect, half a heart, and he's had 3 open heart surgeries. His most recent was last August, and he had a stroke when he was 2, and after that stroke started to develop some autism-like symptoms. He was diagnosed earlier this year with autism, and he is going to start school in the fall for kindergarten. And so I spent a lot of time with the school working on his IEP plan and getting things ready. And one of the things that we've discussed is that so he needs to do ABA therapy intensively this summer for us to be able to hopefully have him succeed in kindergarten this fall. And the closest clinic that provides ABA therapy is an hour away, so an hour there and an hour back. They don't send people out to our home because we live so far away, so we have to go there. And then his sessions are going to be fairly long, is my understanding. We have our first appointment for like a parent interview on Monday. And then hopefully in the next 2 weeks or so, we should start some regular sessions, and I don't even know what that schedule is going to look like at this point. But I was told it could be up to 40 hours a week. I know he doesn't have 40 hours a week because he's already in therapy on Mondays with PT, OT, and ST, which is physical therapy, occupational therapy, and speech therapy. So I know it'll be at least a little less than that, but I don't know exactly how much. So then that leaves me in a town an hour away from here. I'm not necessarily supposed to participate in his sessions. I don't know if I can be there or not. But then it's like, well, then how do I work on these things? If I'm in another town, I don't have my computer, any of the things I need to be able to work. So how is this going to work? So I think I figured out a solution for that. It really just kind of depends on how much he ends up having therapy. So we're going to have to see how that works out. But that's definitely one of our challenges for this month. But I think I have a solution that I can make good use of the time that I'm just kind of stuck sitting there. So we'll see how that pans out. And then my mom is supposed to visit sometime this month, and I don't know when or for how long. But she's a lot more accommodating and understanding that this is really important and one of our huge supporters. So I don't anticipate that interrupting my work. If anything, I think it'll help support my work and make it possible for me to get more done. That's kind of what we have coming up for this month. So my goals in how am I going to achieve this? What strategies am I going to be implementing? I definitely need to put some more intention behind Discord and Patreon and just the whole concept of community building. I'm starting to get enough traction and people showing up on multiple platforms and supporting me that I'm recognizing I have a community starting and I need to work to develop that a little bit more. So that's going to be one of the things that I work on a little bit more intentionally this month. As well as the cross promotion, like I mentioned, talking about other platforms and other things going on and just asking for this, to hit the subscribe button, hit the follow button. And then we've also been discussing a change in my streaming schedule. I've been doing 3-hour streams 3 nights a week. And I think it might be more helpful if I'm streaming more consistently, like every day for shorter. So we're looking at trying next week doing a stream from 7 to 9. So it's definitely once the kids are in bed and settled, there's not this kind of rush after dinner time for me to get down here and do that Tuesday through Sunday. So we're going to try that out this month, see how that goes. I did find that like there's not a problem with doing the streaming schedule how we have it. So if that doesn't work out, I don't think it's a problem for me to go back to Wednesday, Friday, and Saturday. But I think there could be benefits to doing Tuesday through Sunday. So we're going to give that a shot. And then honestly, posting a video or two to this channel would be helpful. And I think maybe talking about the ABA therapy and how we're navigating that and some of those challenges, I think that would be helpful. And then I've also wanted to do some videos about my garden and some of the ways that we save money on food. It's just a lot of work. And I think honestly, the struggle there is my health. Like I struggle enough to just do the work by itself, but then to make the work harder by recording it and getting the right views and B-roll and all of that stuff. And then to collect all of that footage and then edit it. It's honestly just a lot of work. And when I'm struggling to just get through the day, to add that extra work is a challenge. So I think if that gets accomplished, it just means that I'm actually feeling a little bit better, or my mom has been really supportive, one of the two. And then I want to work on being a little bit more consistent on my Joyfully Nicole channel. I was trying to do daily uploads, and I think that's just not realistic because the videos there require a lot more work than what I'm doing on the new channel, Cozy Rosie. And it's like recording the video requires more work, and then editing the video requires more work. And so I don't think daily is feasible. I think maybe 2 videos a week is probably more realistic. So that's going to be one of the things that I'll be working on doing more consistently this month as well. So if you're familiar with our family, or if you're new to our family and you just want to find ways to support us, obviously clicking all the links in the description would be helpful, and following and subscribing everywhere. Really specifically on YouTube, ways to help support either our channel or any creator that you like, is definitely if the video pops up on your For You page, click on it. You don't even necessarily have to watch it, but if you hit the like and just give a little comment real quick, that makes a huge difference in the video showing up in more people's feeds. But if you have the time to watch, that helps. But even to like, maybe you're not interested in that specific video, if you just let the video play in the background, like on another tab, that's even still helpful. So that's just something to keep in mind. And then also becoming a Patreon helps as well. And then just something upcoming that I'm excited to share, and I just want to tease a little bit, is in July we are going to be partnering with Make-A-Wish and doing some kind of big fundraiser with Make-A-Wish. And this is kind of to kick off the build up to our Make-A-Wish trip to Disney World this fall, probably somewhere in November, December. Henry has been granted a wish to go to Disney World, and so as we get closer to that, we're going to be doing some different things just to talk about our trip and how thankful we are to Make-A-Wish for making that happen. And so this fundraiser is really just a way to give back and say thank you. Even though we haven't even received the wish yet, we just want to help make it possible for future wishes to be granted. So we are really excited about the opportunity to partner with them. And I'll probably talk about that more in next month's video. But just wanted to give you a little teaser as to that coming up. And I am making it very intentional that we are going to be documenting our entire Make-A-Wish trip. And we will be uploading videos, probably not while we're on the trip, but when we get back, of everything about the trip, if for no other reason for our own memories. But I know that people are always curious about Make-A-Wish trips and what all goes into them and all the things that happen. And so we're going to be documenting everything. And so we're really looking forward to that. So that's kind of where we are for this month. Thank you so much for watching and for supporting our family, and prayers, good vibes, and all the clicks help and support us. And we really appreciate you, our community. Thank you so much for watching and engaging. And I will see you next month for another check-in, but hopefully sooner with another vlog or two. Thanks so much for watching. Have a great day.